I'm Yonason Goldson, author of Grappling with the Gray, with today's edition of News of the Day. Last week, I posted an article calling out both those on the right who have refused to condemn Donald Trump's irresponsible, toxic behavior and those on the left who have refused to acknowledge his legitimate accomplishments. The post on LinkedIn was one of my most popular ever, but it elicited relatively few comments. This leads me to believe that most readers couldn't bring themselves to admit that their own side might be just as biased as the other side. And although most of the comments I did receive were positive, I was also accused of being a Trump apologist and criticized for refusing to recognize that the president only lost because the election was stolen. The same kind of intellectual bias was on display after last week's appalling mob scene on Capitol Hill. Virtually everyone rushed to condemn the rioting, as they did in response to the riots that swept through the country last summer. But many of those who denounced last week's violence most vociferously were the same ones who made excuses and equivocated over the summer, and vice versa. In his brilliant book, Thinking Fast and Slow, Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman cites psychologist Paul Slovic, who observes that we allow our likes and dislikes to determine our beliefs. Whatever our political preferences, whether right or left, we invariably find the arguments and evidence that support our side the most compelling. Being ethical demands intellectual integrity, which requires us to strive for objectivity. And objectivity is only possible if we develop our critical thinking skills. First, we need to recognize our natural biases. Next, we need to admit that those biases do influence our reasoning. And then we need to compensate for those biases by listening to arguments that support the other side and articulating them as if they were our own. That's really hard, and it's uncomfortable, but it will give us a fighting chance of getting closer to the truth, and it will make us more confident in our positions, knowing that we've made a genuine and sincere effort to understand both sides of any issue. Please join the conversation by leaving a comment, then please like or share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Yonason Goldson, reminding you to face every day by grappling with the gray.